You know the US dollar. It's always been the king, the world's money. But lately, something's up. It's taken a pretty big tumble. Let's get into why that's happening.
Okay, so let's imagine the world is just a giant jungle.
And in this jungle, all the animals trade with each other. You know, swapping bananas for coconuts, that kind of thing. This is basically our global economy. Now, to make all that trading easier, they all agree to use one special thing: shiny pebbles. And in our world, yeah, you guessed it, those shiny pebbles are the US dollar. So where do these amazing pebbles come from? Well, they all come from one place, the mountain belonging to the big, powerful eagle. That's our stand-in for the United States.
For the longest time, this pebble was the absolute best. It was strong, it was safe. Whenever things got a little chaotic in the jungle, all the other animals would want to get their hands on the eagle's pebble. It was the ultimate safe bet.
But things are changing. That super shiny pebble, well, it's starting to slip. It's losing its sparkle. So let's take a look at just how much.
Here it is, the big number, -10%. In 2025, the dollar lost a whopping 10% of its value. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but trust me, in the world of money, that is a massive, historic drop.
So what does that actually mean for the animals in our jungle? Well, check this out. At the start of 2025, one shiny pebble was worth about 1 euro stone. Fast forward a year, and now it takes 1.17 of those same shiny pebbles to get just 1 euro stone. The pebble is just weaker.
Okay, so the big question is why? Why is the eagle's famous pebble suddenly falling? It really boils down to two main reasons.
First, the eagle started picking some trade fights with its neighbors. And second, the other animals got a little nervous about the machine that actually makes the pebbles. That's the US Central Bank.
So those trade fights. The eagles started putting up these big fences they called tariffs, and that made trading harder for everyone. This really shook things up and made the other animals question how stable the eagle really was. And just like the quote here says, they started to look around for other shiny pebbles, just to be safe.
Then there's the whole issue with the pebble-making machine. Now, this machine is supposed to run on its own, doing what's best for the economy, not what politicians want. But the eagle's leaders started yelling at the machine, trying to force it to make more pebbles for political reasons. And that really worried everyone. If the machine isn't independent, the pebbles could lose their value fast.
So with all this uncertainty floating around, the animals in the jungle started searching. They realized they probably shouldn't rely only on the eagle's pebble anymore.
And they're getting pretty creative. Some of the biggest animals, think the bear, the dragon, and the elephant, they actually built their own system called Bricks Pay to get around using the eagle's pebbles. Others are just trading using their own local pebbles. And a whole lot of them are going old school. They're stocking up on shiny gold nuggets.
And this chart says it all. The price of gold has just shot through the roof, hitting historic highs. It's a classic move. When animals lose faith in one kind of pebble, they run to something else they think is safe. And right now, gold is that safe place.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It means the jungle is changing. The way everyone trades, the old rules, it's all shifting under our feet.
Which brings us to the ultimate question, doesn't it? Is the eagle's pebble completely worthless now?
No, not at all. It's still a really, really important pebble, but, and this is the big change, it's no longer the only important pebble in the jungle.
And that's the whole story, really. The eagle's currency is still shiny, sure, but for the first time in a very long time, the jungle has more than one shiny pebble to choose from.